Welcome, true crime aficionados, to Storytime with One Big Hoax. I'm your host, Trina, and today we're delving into a chilling case that cast a dark shadow over a holiday in Houston, Texas, nearly 3 decades ago. It touches my heart in more ways than one, as I personally knew some of the people in the story. It's a case that remains stubbornly unsolved, leaving a family with an enduring ache and a city with lingering questions. We're talking about the murder of Kristen Wilson, a young woman whose life was brutally cut short on Thanksgiving Day, 1996. Thanksgiving, a time for family, warmth, and gratitude. But for the Wilson family, that day became synonymous with unthinkable tragedy. Kristen Wilson, a vibrant 29-year-old, was due to join her family for Thanksgiving dinner at her grandmother's house on November 28th. She had even picked up a few last minute groceries the day before, preparing for the holiday festivities. But Kristen never arrived. As the hours passed and attempts to reach her by phone went unanswered, a growing unease settled over her parents. They decided to drive to her apartment on Meadow Glen Lane in southwest Houston, a trip that would lead them to a horrifying discovery. They found the front door unlocked. There were no signs of forced entry, a detail that has always haunted investigators and the family alike. As they stepped inside, they were confronted with a scene no parent should ever witness. In her bedroom, Kristen was found deceased, partially nude, having been brutally strangled. Authorities believe she may have also been sexually assaulted. The immediate assumption was that an intruder had broken into her apartment before she returned home, waiting for her arrival before ambushing her. The lack of forced entry, however, raises questions. Was the door simply left unlocked, or did Kristen know her attacker, allowing them entry? This was not a bad part of town. Southwest Houston at this time was pretty safe. The Houston Police Department immediately launched an extensive investigation. Crime scene investigators meticulously processed Kristen's apartment. It was determined that nothing was taken from her home, ruling out robbery as a primary motive. This detail, coupled with the violent nature of the attack, suggested a crime driven by something far more personal or predatory. Over the years, countless hours have been poured into this case. Several individuals were interviewed and cleared of suspicion, but no concrete leads ever materialized, though Kristen's mother named one individual in particular who she believed might be responsible for the death of her daughter. However, no suspects were ever identified, and the case grew cold. The Texas Rangers have since joined forces with the Houston Police Department, hoping that fresh eyes and advancements in forensic technology might finally crack this perplexing mystery. Yet Kristen's mom said that the man in question, who was a married man and with whom Kristen was having an affair, acted rather strangely after Kristen's death. For example, he offered to pay for the funeral, and he had a workshop built for Kristen's dad. It is unclear if the police ever did any DNA testing after the technology became available, though there was a time when family and friends were pushing for it to be done. Kristen Wilson was a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. Her sister Kelly has spoken publicly about the enduring pain, noting that Kristen never had children and her lineage ended with her murder. Kelly and her other sister Kimberly have made it a point to reach out to local media outlets each year at around Thanksgiving time, ensuring that Kristen's story is not forgotten, and to remind the public that her family is still fighting for justice. The case remains open, a testament to the dedication of law enforcement and the unwavering hope of Kristen's family. To this day, the Texas Department of Public Safety and Texas Crime Stoppers routinely offer rewards for information leading to an arrest in cold cases like Kristen's. Periodically, her case is even highlighted with an increased reward, hoping to finally prompt someone to come forward with a crucial piece of information. If you have any information regarding the murder of Kristen Wilson, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please contact the Texas Rangers, the Houston Police Department, or Texas Crime Stoppers. Every tip every detail could be the key to bringing Kristen's killer to justice and finally bringing some measure of peace to her grieving family. Thank you for joining us today on Storytime with One Big Hoax. We'll be back next time with another deep dive into a mystery that lingers in the heart of Texas.